But first, we've got Lance Archer standing at the entryway waiting on Roderick Strong when Roddy comes out of the tunnel on the other side and whacks him in the back with a kendo stick. And as he did, he whacks him in the back and he slipped on that ramp surface and fell down and then starts after him with the fucking stick. And the corpse referee is out there, so we know this is going to be all the way garbage wrestling. And again, they've been the other segment, they've all fought off and they talked us to death. So now they figure, well, we'll give them action. So the action they give us is they fight back through the other entrance tunnel into the backstage, what one would think is the gorilla area, except Gorilla's not even there. It was just the backstage area. It was pitch black. There were no lights on. And they were taking bumps, but you couldn't see anything. And Sockface was calling, oh my God, a choke slam on the table because he was in the meeting. So he was having, for the viewers who can't see, the blind viewers, I'm going to narrate for you what's happening. How was he able to see it on his monitor? So finally, after they've done a choke slam and something else, and you can see a little light coming through the curtain. So, by the way, they've smartened people up that their two entrance tunnels completely meet 10 feet apart in the back. But finally, somebody turns like one, like one of those Parcan TV lights or a handheld spotlight on or something so you can see part of this. And the crowd in the arena, which is just on the other side of the curtain, and you know they're watching this on the screen, deathly silent. They're like, what the fuck? And then they went to a commercial break. And in picture now, because there's no, with the commercial break with the picture in picture, you got the audio of the commercial. So all you see is the picture of what's going on in the arena, and they fought into the arena. And I say fought. They made some half-hearted attempts at fighting in between, staggering around to move from place to place, right? And they got a few 2 counts on the concrete, and every time you would see the camera, the fans behind them are laughing at them. And they're holding their phones up, either taking a picture or shooting video or pointing to the person next to them, going, look at these goofballs. Nobody's even worried about catching a stray backswing. They must think, well, this shit's so phony, I can't possibly be hurt. And then when they come back from the break to the full screen and normal audio, the building is deathly quiet. Lance Archer is up in the camera screaming, trying to get steal a promo. And behind him, nothing. And that's why, can't they all see that they've done this over and over and nobody cares? It's not new anymore. There's a reason why indie wrestling got over with indie crowds, because it wasn't on television and you saw it twice a year. Am I lying?
Well, I think the modern indie fan may go more than 2 times a year, but there's a difference between the stuff that gets over with big audiences and the stuff that is micro booked to a micro audience.
Ring of Honor ran Chicago 3 times a year if they were lucky. And New York got 4. Everything else got fucking 2. If any kind of indie promotion with a budget, they're not running a market more than a few times a year. What, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, maybe? Unless they're drawing a crowd of 150 people, in which case you're not really fighting in a crowd, are you? But it's nonstop. So then suddenly in the middle of this...
It's nonstop with people that aren't in a position where you want to see them. Like Randy Orton and Kevin Owens, to use a modern example, like as of this moment. If there was a Falls Count Anywhere match, you could understand it. Because of look at what's happening in this thing.
Yes. Or Bronson Reed and Seth Rollins. Have
we seen a single match between Lance Archer and Roddy Strong ever? So the first time we see them, I guess it's because it's the only way it's believable that Roddy would be able to beat Lance Archer.
Well, but think about this also. You don't see Falls Count Anywhere matches in the WWE or just constant fighting through the arena in the WWE. They don't want to get sued. And so if it does happen, it stands out. Oh, shit. We don't see this. They must be mad. Whatever. This is just, you can't remember all the people that have done this. And then, so they're supposed to be having a match. Even if it's Falls Count Anywhere, and suddenly Brian Cage comes out and just starts beating the shit out of Roddy. And then Taven and Bennett come out and start beating the shit out of Archer and Cage. And again, they were fighting 3 feet in front of fans who were laughing at them and taking pictures, and nobody's scared or like backing up, like give them some room. And then Archer grabs Taven, and Archer, because he's got great balance for a big guy. So he steps up on one of the railings, one of the barricades around the floor area. It's like, 6 inches wide, maybe. But he pulls Taven up, and Taven steps up with him and stands there motionless, not trying to get away or to foil the attempts that this madman Archer is making to do harm to him. And finally, 14 seconds, I counted, and Archer chokeslams him onto a bunch of security guards who just ran up there and then were never seen again. And then Roddy is fighting Archer again. Now they're back to a match, and Roddy jumps off the rail with a knee lift and covers him on the floor. 1, 2, 3. So now Roddy got his 3 wins, so he's going into the match at Full Gear with MJF, and you would think Adam Cole, who has his 3rd match later on. So now they're going to make it a 3-way. Where they, well, what the fuck? And they inserted at that point, they inserted, we've been seeing MJF allegedly watching a TV monitor from some mansion in Scarsdale somewhere, right? And sipping a glass of wine and reacting to what's going on. Well,
Scarsdale?
Wherever it may be. We don't know where.
It would be on Long Island, I would have to guess. It's MJF. His whole thing is
Well,
Long
I
Island.
don't know where that's at. Well, I know that Scarsdale.
The Gold Coast.
Scarsdale is where the polo ponies roam free, according to Heyman. But anyway, they insert like a 3-second long shot of MJF sitting there in his mansion watching and smiling enigmatically. And it so obviously doesn't fit it looks like Bela Lugosi's scenes in Plan 9 from Outer Space. Doesn't have any goddamn information.
That's exactly what it is.
So, and then Roddy gets on the microphone. It's not over, folks. Roddy gets on the microphone and goes, Max, at Full Gear, this all ends, and I'm going to finish your ass. And he throws the microphone down, and when he does, there's Take a Shit from behind and just gloms Roddy and knocks a bejesus out of him. And he gets on Roddy and starts hammering him. But Adam Cole's music plays. And Adam Cole comes out and takes his jacket off and starts walking to the ring. I'm like, motherfucker, I hope nobody comes to save me like that. But when Adam Cole slides in, the referee already had Roddy on the floor, and now Adam Cole and Take a Shit started trading forearms. And another referee slid in and called for the bell to start another match. And Jesus Christ, it won't end. It will not end. They're not giving anybody a chance to think about anything.
Who said I know how we'll stop the viewers from leaving? We'll have nothing end. It's like a Monty Python thing, or it's Mr. Show, I guess, a better example. One thing goes right into the next.